I've come to the very end of the Elizabeth line at Reading, where I want to say I'm surprised that there is a city outside of London on the tube map, but actually it's more surprising that Reading has not yet become a city. It is a town, but it is home to two principal rivers, the Thames and the Kennet, the latter of which today I'm going to be walking a section of. So let's go. Quick look at Reading station before we go though, because this very much looks like an old station entrance, doesn't it? There's a newer entrance off to the side, and then over here you have the separate one for the South Western Railway services. Until the 1960s, these two stations are actually entirely separate. I'm surprised this old building hasn't been redeveloped yet outside of the station. It's been abandoned since the first time I came to Reading in about 2018, maybe even 17. The last time I would have come to Reading would have been about 2.5 years ago on a walk from Twyford to here, and the last section of that walk took me along the River Kennet from its confluence with the Thames into the town centre, which I quite like actually. Crossing Forbury Gardens, you get to the ruins of Reading Abbey. I would say this archway has definitely been restored. This was founded all the way back in 1121 by King Henry I, and then was mostly destroyed by King Henry VIII during the dissolution of the monasteries. Even King Charles I ordered his army to destroy the remnants of the ruins, but after all this time, they are still standing. I had a look at the Abbey before on that Twyford to Reading walk, but what I haven't come to see is the appropriately named Holy Brook, which passes under this fantastic stone archway here, which would have belonged to the Abbey Mill. Despite the fact that the Abbey was mostly destroyed in the 1500s, this was still a working mill all the way up until the 1960s. So here it is, the River Kennet, also the Kennet and Avon Canal. We'll talk a little bit more about that once we leave the town. It was this bridge here where I would have come off it to head into the town centre. Doesn't seem like you can do it right now though, but that's okay because there's a bridge up there anyways. I can't say I've ever seen like a traffic light wait button before on a canal to do with navigational information. Please wait here and press the control button. Do not stop until you pass the next set of traffic lights. So up on the next bridge, which is still open, I'm actually having to cross over the River Kennet twice immediately, as I do want to be on the right side of it. This is a little odd because it's quite curvy here through this shopping area. For a canal, you would expect it to be much straighter. So there are 107 locks along the 87-mile length of the Kennet and Avon Canal. This is lock 106, which means we've missed one that would have been on the section I've walked before from the Thames to Reading. Path ahead closed due to flooding. Well, luckily it doesn't seem like that's an issue right now. There is a ubiquitous shopping trolley, is always one of them. Someone's fished one out of the canal. So you can see that it's starting to become a little bit more rural now as we leave Reading. The Kennet and Avon Canal was designed to link the River Thames and the River Avon in Bath. We've actually seen the confluence where it flows out into the River Avon when we explore the city of Bath on Christmas Day. There is a video of that on the channel. For this part, it does actually use the River Kennet, but a lot of the parts are canalised to make it more navigable. This section in particular opened in 1724, but when the Great Western Railway opened a line that was very similar route as far as Hungerford in 1847, the canal saw a lot of decline. Eventually in the 1960s it fell into a state of disrepair, but in the years since it was restored and reopened by Queen Elizabeth II in 1990, and so far is a very pleasant canal to take a walk along. So it seems we're on National Cycle Network Route 4. Here's some distances for you. We've already done 1.5 miles from Reading. Bristol, 105.5. And Newbury's 18 miles. We're not quite making it there today. Oh, I didn't count the bridges. I don't know which one we started with, but this is 8A here. But there is a new pedestrian bridge being built right beside the road one, so will this get numbered 8B, or will this just kind of form part of 8A? So I've made it on up to Fobney pumping station, which seems to be quite abandoned right now. All movement on this site is video recorded. If you wish to view any recording of your movement, that's alright, I've got my own videos to watch back. This is where you start to see evidence that the River Kennet was indeed canalised, as it continues straight on here past Lock 105, I assume. I've not seen another canal since. But then over here you have the much more natural flowing River Kennet, which will join back up with us at some point. Looks like I can go down here. Got little droplets of water on my phone and glasses now. It was actually quite refreshing standing there actually. I've noticed that the bridge numbers go up along the canal whilst the lock numbers go down. Why is that? So I've made it to the other side where the River Kennet flows back into the Kennet and Avon Canal. But it will branch off again at some point, and it's here where I'm passing underneath the Great Western Railway. But this isn't the line that goes up towards Newbury and Hungerford. This is in fact a line between Reading and Basingstoke. Two massive freight trains just passed each other, but I could hardly hear them over the rushing of the water back there. And so soon it's happening again, the River Kennet splitting off of the Kennet and Avon Canal. The canal boat there having to not go down the river. Lock 104, the canal boat has had to moor up while it waits. This rate will never get to Bath. Don't be fooled into thinking the River Kennet is joining back up with the canal again. It is merely just crossing over. It will meet us again though, and I suspect from that point it won't be for very long. Well, here it is, the River Kennet again, joining up with us just before I get to the Cunning Man pub. I do love a good canal walk because they're nice and simple to do. I can switch off almost. I don't have to constantly check my phone making sure I'm going the right way. Only occasionally, in case there's a path on either side, just got to make sure I'm on the right one. And I'm pleased that the sun is out as well, because it wasn't forecasted to be. It did say it was going to be cloudy all day, so I'll take this. I almost did this walk actually a few weeks ago, but I opted to do the Marlow branch line walk instead. I'm pleased I'm doing it now because I did want to make sure that I start what hopefully becomes a little series of walks along the River Kennet, starting all the way back at Reading. Maybe one day we'll actually reach Bath again, we'll see. Up and over. This is one of them moments where I just had to double check that I did indeed need this bridge, because there is a path coming off of the towpath down there. Who knows, this might have went around the bridge and stayed on this side, but nope, I am heading over. Lock 103, the River Kennet has split off again. Usually locks have names, but it doesn't seem like the ones along the Kennet and Avon so far do. This is odd. Looks like there used to be a gate here because there's a latch, but then someone's just completely blocked it off. Well, I guess I'm skipping over that. I sound like a broken record saying that the River Kennet is back with us again, but because of that, this section is not as canalised, so it's meandering a lot, but it is a path that cuts straight across the meadow here, so I think I'll take this rather than heading up by the river and then back down again. So I've made it right across the meadow. I do actually have to cross the canal in a moment, but just before I do, I wanted to come and have a look at this old pillbox here. It's quite open actually. Usually these are surrounded by shrubbery, they're very overgrown, but I guess the trees here are protecting it. And we'll take a quick peek in whilst we're here. Obviously full of rubbish. They usually are. Creepy, but quite cool. Over we go then. I've not kept track today of how many times I've crossed over the canal. I've come across the M4. I've got to pass underneath that. I have crossed over this bridge though, on a coach trip to Bristol and Bath before. That was on Christmas Eve. I can see Lock 102 up there, but before I make it there, this little path looks too enticing. Aha! Brings me down to a magnificent open lake. It's very blue. Wow. Oh, well, if you missed that first pillbox, which is very easy to do, it is a little tucked away, you needn't have worried. There's another one right here beside Lock 102. Oh, and there's one across the other way as well. Surprisingly big, this one. Bigger than the other one. Here, I might as well still have a peek in again. Oh, yep, as I expected. Full of rubbish again. Oh, I've got a name this time. Garston Lock. 20 surf-tided locks used to span the stretch of the canal between Reading and Newbury. Now only 2 remain in the country. Really? Well, it seems like this lock isn't just special because of the 2 pillboxes that are here. You can't go in on the one on the other side of the canal. It has a huge entrance. I'm quite surprised that not more of these are locked up so people can't get in. I'm by Lock 101. I'm coming up to Theale. This is an intermediate station between Reading and Aldermaston where I'm ending today, which means I will have to come back at some point and visit that station. I have a walk planned for it, so I do think that takes me quite considerably along the Kennet Avon Canal again, just because there's not really too many other paths I could take to reach that station. But honestly, this is a nice stretch. I wouldn't mind redoing this again one day. Looks like there's a lot of big lakes around here. I'm separated from it, probably because it's a private fishing lake of some sort. The cloud cover is coming in here finally now. This is what I expected. Landmark number, Lock 100. Can you just about see the River Kennet branching off again? Because of course it is, why wouldn't it? Hello, River Kennet. Again. How many more times? Aha, see another pillbox over there. The sign suggests that this is Tile Mill Lock, so that will be 99. I also see a swing bridge up there too. I knew about the first pillbox I came across, but I didn't know about any of the others from today. That's become a running theme. I want to say I've just crossed over the Kennet Avon Canal for the last time on my walk, but actually that's a bridge over the River Kennet. It is splitting away from us for the very last time today. This is the canal, and this will take me through to the end at Aldermaston. Well, I'm right up beside the railway line now. There's a freight train that's not going anywhere. There's not a whole lot going on this canal this evening. It's very quiet and we'll be coming off soon. I wonder then if this is my last lock of the day, number 97. Considering there's 107, we haven't made too much progress along the Kennet and Avon Canal, but I've just realised that this is the one that passes through Devizes, isn't it? And there's a huge flight of locks there at Cane Hill. There's like 20, which is nuts. I'd love to go there one day. I thought I might be coming off on this bridge, but nope. I've got one more to go, past a completely infilled pillbox. Oh, of course, that means I've got another lock to pass along the way. 96. Well, it's here by Bridge 28 at Aldermaston Wharf, where I'm coming off of the Kennet and Avon Canal. All of that is going to have to wait for another day. Right, let's go find me a station. Oh, there's a dead-end siding here. This does not connect up with the main railway line. anymore. Well, I will absolutely be coming back here to pick up on this walk and continue along the Kennet and Avon Canal. But before I do that, I do want to do other canal walks. I want to head up to the West Midlands again. They've got loads. But for now, this is where I leave you at Aldermaston Station. Thank you for watching. Subscribe so you don't miss future walks like this. Number 21. There's definitely been more bridges than locks. Oh, but then again, that's kind of normal, isn't it?